Hey there viewers, it's Charlie. I'm back again with another Transformers review. And today's review is going to be on Studio Series Gamer Edition Cliffjumper. Now, of course, we've said this before, Gamer Edition is meant to be figures of characters from the Transformers games. Although, yeah, let's be honest, right now it's pretty much characters from the War for Cybertron game. But Cliffjumper wasn't in War for Cybertron. He was in the sequel, Full of Cybertron, but he wasn't in War for Cybertron. Well, this guy was not in the console version of War for Cybertron, but he was in the Nintendo DS version of the game. And, well, this is apparently a figure of Cliffjumper as he appeared in the DS version of War for Cybertron. I am not joking, that's actually what the designers said. Instead of saying that this is from Full of Cybertron, they actually said this is from the DS version of War for Cybertron. Okay. Well, looking at the box, well, of course, we've got the standard Studio Series box. Of course, we've got the Gamer Edition Silver right here. Got a picture of Cliffjumper. And he's got his Full of Cybertron head right there. Although, yes, he is from War for Cybertron. Gamer Edition Cliffjumper, number 5. In the Gamer Edition subline. This side we got a picture of his head, which, again, that's the Full of Cybertron head. This side we got a picture of Cliffjumper right there. The D-pad right there. The back got him in both modes. Video game inspired. And here it says Protect Omega Supreme. And if you don't remember that from War for Cybertron, well, I'm pretty sure that's actually a level in the DS version of the game as well. Because if you read that, I'm pretty sure that's in the DS version. So they're just going full in with, yeah, this is the DS version of Cliffjumper. Instead of saying that this is Full of Cybertron Cliffjumper. Why they're doing this? I don't know. Maybe it's just because it's a retool of Bumblebee. I don't know. But again, backdrop is included. And if we look at the backdrop, so just get rid of the fake backdrop first. Honestly, this just looks like a scene from the console version of the game, because, of course, with the DS version of the game, that's quite pixelated, with it being a DS game. But still, we can put Cliffjumper here in both modes. And we'll just come back to this in robot mode. And, well, let's look at Cliffjumper. And yet again, we have a Cliffjumper that's part of the Red Bumblebee Repaint Club. But, I mean, he was pretty much that in Full of Cybertron. And even in the DS version of War for Cybertron, he was a palette swap of Bumblebee. I'll show a comparison in robot mode later. So, this guy being a Red Bumblebee makes sense. So just looking at the details, I mean, of course, it's that little mouse-shaped car, I guess. Of course, with this being a Cybertronian vehicle, I'm not really sure what to call it other than Cybertronian car. But just looking at the details, we've got some stripage right here in black and orange. Still have the honeycomb detailing right there. Of course, we've got the insignia right there in bright orange. We've got a bit of black right there. Of course, with this being Cybertronian, there's no windshield. But the side, we've got some stripage right there in orange. And on my copy, this shoulder just does not tab in whatsoever. I've tried, it just does not tab in, so probably just a QC thing on my part, I don't know. I just got like a copy of a crap QC or something. But, I can just call that battle damage or something. But anyway, at the back, we still got the ports to plug in weapons. Unfortunately, with this being all red, the tail lights aren't really painted anymore, but well. This side, the shoulder plugs in better at least, and we can get a good look at the striping. So, that looks pretty good. Although there is a new issue. See this hatch here? Of course, we can open that up. Well, you can pretty much see, like, seeing how we've got the new head retooling, can't really close this up anymore. See, I'm trying and this just does not close up. So, this new head's a bit too big for this to fully close, which is kind of annoying. But, and of course, the same issues with Bumblebee still apply, so this often comes untabbed. And of course, my issue with the shoulder, but again, I'm pretty sure that's just me. And well, that's pretty much it for the vehicle mode, so let's move on to the accessories, and, well, it's the same accessories that B came with, so, got this big cannon, and it just plugs on the top like so. If I can get this lined up. There we go. Got this smaller gun, and that plugs in underneath. We can pretty much just see the robot there. This just plugs in here. And we've got the sword, and that just plugs in at the back here. And that's pretty much it for weapon storage. So, yeah. And we're opening him with Bumblebee. See how these two look together, and honestly, they actually look quite good together. I mean, sure, I think B stands out a bit more because the stripes actually are the same color that Cliffjumpers are, but still, I quite like how these two look together. And it does make me hope that we get some more recolors in Gamer Edition. Like, we get Thundercracker and Skywarp from Starscream or something. Or if we get Ratchet redecorated into Ironhide. Or hell, like, seeing how we have Starscream, maybe redo that into some of the other DS exclusive characters like Dirge and Ramjet. Maybe retool that into Cyclonus, who's another DS exclusive character. But yeah, you can see what I mean with the tail lights here. Seeing how Cliffjumper is red, they don't really stand out anymore. But, And also, I've noticed that one of the wheels doesn't really roll that well. Like you see with this wheel, that rolls perfectly fine, but this wheel, it's quite stuck. Whereas with B, it rolls perfectly fine. So, I don't know what's going on there. That's pretty much all I have to say about the vehicle mode. Overall, I quite like it, but I think I kind of prefer B's a little bit more, just because it's a bit more colorful, the stripes and the tail lights, but I still really like this. Is it accurate to the DS game? I'm not sure, but well, if you want this as a full Cybertron Cliffjumper, then I think this is pretty good. So, yeah. Now, moving on to the transformation. So, to start the transformation, well, the transformation is exactly like Bumblebee's. So, to start off, we're just going to take the back, untab it if it hasn't done so already, and just lift that up. Come around to the underneath. Take these little bits and move them down. Then take these pieces and just move them down and wrap them around like so. Then just untap the legs. Move them. I forgot to get the feet out like so. Then just untap the legs, move them around, and then just spin them like so. So untap this. Move the leg around. Then on this joint, move that around. So with the legs, get the crotch just out of this little cavity here, which sounds weird out of context, but just spin the waist around like so. Get the arms out. So just one arm out. There we go. Try and push this panel in like so. Just push these in. Get the shoulders out. Get the chest down and just try and plug that in. And that's not wanting to plug in. There we go. Just fold in the backpack like so. Spin around the forearms. Move the shoulder pads down. This one's stuck. There we go. Take the wheel, move that up. Then just get the hand into place. Do the same on this arm. And here we have Cliffjumper in robot mode. And that can be a bit finicky, but let's be honest, it's still easier than the original 2010 Deluxe figure. And the resulting robot mode is, I mean, just look at the head. That's just full Cybertron Cliffjumper. I mean, okay, with a quick 360, because, of course, it's just Red Bumblebee, because that's what Cliffjumper pretty much is now. Look at the head. Here we have full Cybertron Cliffjumper's head. Now, here's this figure, next to how Cliffjumper looks in the DS version of War for Cybertron. And, I mean, I guess I can sort of see, because in that game, he's pretty much a palette swap of B. But, I mean, my god, like, the orange on that guy is, just, oh. So they definitely toned it down with this guy. So I'm going to go ahead and say that, well, this is actually an amalgamation. Like, this is a cross between DS War for Cybertron Cliffjumper and full Cybertron Cliffjumper. Like, in the sense that the body is meant to be the DS version, and the head is meant to be the full Cybertron version, because, of course, that's the more recognizable version. So that way, if you want to use this as full Cybertron Cliffjumper, then, well, you can. But still, why they decided to market this as War for Cybertron, I still do not know. Maybe just because they retooled it from the War for Cybertron Bumblebee figure, well, the Gamer one. Maybe, I don't know. But, I mean, it's nothing stopping you from just using this as a full Cybertron Cliffjumper. So if they would do a Gamer Edition Jazz, then you can easily just pair these two together. And, well, that quick tangent aside, let's throw in the accessories. So, just giving him the sword, and he's having trouble holding it. There we go. So if you just want holding the sword and that sits, then of course you can just have these on the back like so. However, of course, the Gamer Edition figures, their whole thing is you can literally just tear one of the arms off and replace it with well, you can just tear an arm off and replace it with a gun. Because of course in the games, like one of the arms transformed into a gun, so this is meant to replicate that. However, the issue that I had with B also arises here. There's no place to store this. Because on pretty much every other figure, there is a place to store the arm, intentional or not. Like, Barricade had a port in the back, Prime had a port in his right in his arse, and even with Megatron, who, like, his one didn't work, but I just left the arm attached to the fusion cannon, and it still worked. And even with Starscream, I just attached the arm to the other arm, and that still kind of worked. And Sideswipe just straight up has a port we can attach the arm on, so the fact that B and Cliffjumper just do not have a port to plug on the arm when you're not using it sucks. You just have to leave this off to the side. So, yeah. But, well, if I just try and get his arm off, can't actually swap the arms like so, but you can have a red arm if you want. So that's actually kind of funny. But this is actually a good opportunity to show off the two weapons. So you can see that Cliff has the, I guess, I don't know what you'd call this, but it's like the really big gun. Whereas B has like the rifle weapon. And of course these can both store in the back like so. So it's nice that they give you options. And we can see how these two look together. So we can see the different heads. Because honestly, if they wanted to make this full-on DS Cliffjumper, they would have released this guy in red without a different head. And that rhymed, god damn it. So, yeah. And again, in robot mode, these guys look pretty good together. And well, for the articulation, well, the head can sort of look up and down, but not really that much. It can go side to side. Of course, the arms are on ball joints, so just be careful not to detach them. This arm can swivel. And this one, well, of course, it can come off to make way for the weapon. You can curl his wrists. Of course, elbows. Waist can rotate as per the transformation. You can kick forward, you can kick back. Knee, thigh swivel. Can do that if you want. And you can sort of move his foot down. And it's not really a pivot, but it can go outwards if you want. And that's pretty much it for the articulation. So, quite posable, although, yeah, the fact that the pivots go the wrong way is definitely quite crappy. And I should probably mention this. The connections on Cliffjumper are... well, the gun connection on Cliffjumper is a lot looser than it is on Bumblebee. Like, I can just plug this in. That comes off a lot easier. Like, I don't know if it's mold degradation already or what, but it is quite annoying. But, And then, I guess we just give him the backdrop, because he just looks pretty good there. Let's call that complaint to number 1 out of my complaints with this guy. So, complaints, well, of course, the gun being quite loose, especially compared to the Bumblebee. So, of course, the same complaints that I had with B are with this guy, but this guy has a few more complaints. Like, the shoulder, well, my copy having an issue with the shoulder that doesn't pick it in for vehicle mode. The head just being a bit too big, so it doesn't really plug in for vehicle mode. And I kind of wish that the taillights were maybe a different color, maybe like a brighter orange, so it showed in vehicle mode, but yeah, that one's more of a nitpick. Because overall, I do quite like this guy. I mean, the fact that they just went ahead and said, oh yeah, he's from the DS game is honestly kind of bold of them. Like, they could have just said that he's from Full Cybertron, but they didn't. I still don't get why, but like, they give me some of the more obscure games attention. Honestly, I kind of hope that more DS exclusive characters get toys, like Hot Shots, which is actually meant to be Hot Rods in War for Cybertron DS, Cyclonus, Motormaster, Dirge, Ramjet, maybe Carp, who's not even playable. So, who knows? So, do I recommend this guy? Well, if you didn't like Bumblebee, then you're probably not gonna like this guy. But honestly, if you did like B, then honestly, I would suggest giving this guy a shot, because he looks pretty good. And seeing how he mostly looks like Full Cybertron Cliffjumper, I think he could pass for a WAD. So if you have like that horrible Jazz figure from back in the day, you could probably pair him with that until they make a Gamer Edition Jazz. But yeah, if you don't like this mold, then yeah, easy pass. But if you do like the mold, then yeah, this is a pretty fun figure in my opinion, if you could look past the flaws. So, yeah. This has been my review on Gamer Edition Cliffjumper, and this is Charlie Young, signing off.